Alright, so what we have here is air compressor with a dead unloader solenoid. The symptom of this is that when you turn on the compressor, it has a really hard time building pressure, and all you hear is a hissing noise out of the compressor. I'll show you right now. You can see the hissing is coming from this solenoid right here. And it's basically bleeding off all the pressure that's supposed to be going into the tanks. Now, I got a replacement for the solenoid online, well, not online, from the manufacturer that looks just like this. This here is the solenoid itself with the winding that's supposed to actuate the valve in here. This is where the pressure is going in from the check valve, and when the solenoid is open, air is supposed to escape here. Now, this solenoid is supposed to be normally open, which means that it is closed when it's energized. And you can tell when it's energized by the little LED on top, by the contacts up there. So you can see it right now. The LED is on, meaning that the valve should be closed and it should not be bleeding air. But it is, therefore we know that it's broken. So what we're going to do, since I have the new solenoid, the easiest thing to do is to just undo the screw up here. I've already undone it, so I'm just going to try to remove it. But apparently it got stuck from the vibration. So we'll just undo it. It's a little hard to work one-handed. There we go, the screw is out. And this releases the harness, the wiring harness. It's a simple harness, little LED just indicating that it's energized. We're going to keep this because it's hardwired into the whole pressure switch assembly. So what we're doing right now is just replacing this black winding. Now, on my solenoid, this was assembled wrong, and you can see this this nut is so shallow that you can't get a socket on here. If you have the same problem, normally it should look like this. You should have, well, focus is not great. You should have the outside part of the nut accessible and the little spacer facing in. On my solenoid, the spacer is facing out, and I couldn't get a socket on the nut itself. So what I did is I just wiggled this solenoid until this nut was finger tight and I could just unscrew it by hand. If you wiggle it long enough, it'll loosen up. And we're almost done. It's as simple as that. This is the bad solenoid, and we're going to replace it with the good one. Now we're going to remove the harness if it comes out. Remove the harness. It comes apart, but you just remove this black piece. There you have it. You remove this nut. And there you go, separate it. Now we just, camera has a hard time focusing. We just replace the solenoid. Pop it on. Take the nut. Make sure the lip is on the inside. so that you have access to the nut itself later on. Thread it on. You'll tighten this with a socket. I'm not going to show that right now. Plug the connector back in and you test it. Notice how there's no air rushing out of this hole. The LED is on, the valve is closed, and everybody's happy. And there you have it. And right there you heard the action of the unloader solenoid. The compressor is on, the valve is closed, the air is going into the tank. And as soon as I turn off the compressor, the LED goes off, the valve opens, and it basically releases all the air from behind this check valve here. All these lines, the compressor heads, that's the pressure that this solenoid is releasing. I will make another video to explain a little bit better the operation of the entire air valve system. You can watch that video later. Thank you.